You know, every actor is told, don't use a prop. It's just distracting. And I take everything that I'm told on board. Anyway, welcome to... Not a lot happens over a very long period of time. This is a video series where I talk about my mindset reset that I went through in order to learn to live with my depression and my diagnosis of bipolar. And in these short videos, I'm just going to be sharing some secrets of what I did. What I do, interestingly enough, he says, while hurrying his pipe, I use films in order to find a balance and to learn about my emotions. You know, films are much like I relate to, I can't even speak, I relate to films in the same way that maybe we related to the old sort of Stoics and everybody related to mythological stories. And they're stories about human behaviours. And what I do, because I'm an old fart, I use films from the 80s, because that's my bag, baby. That's my bag. And in this film, this short film I'm doing for you, I'm going to talk about classic movie from 1981, Tron. What does Tron tell us about our emotions? Well, let me just introduce Tron first of all. Tron, you see, is a Disney film. It's one of the earliest computer-generated films. It was all filmed in black and white. And then they coloured it all in to it look like the inside of a computer. And basically what happens is Jeff Bridges, who plays Flynn, he's a computer programmer and he owns an arcade and stuff. He gets sucked in, zapped in to the computer program, which he is meant to be a sort of shareholder in, but it's been stolen by this evil man and trying to dominate the world by computers, and he gets zapped in and he has to play his way out and fight his way out of the computer to save humanity and the world. And Tron is one of the programs that's inside, and he's this sort of heroic warrior figure inside doing laser discs and light cycles and stuff like that. Tron. And this sort of fits in with what I'm sort of thinking about the world, because the world is an illusion. That's Andy Kaufman famously said that the world is an illusion, and actually it is. It's your reality. Your reality is your reality. It's not the same as everybody else's reality. So, you know, when you sort of stop and think of it like that, then the things that we're taught in these sorts of circles of self-help is that you can change your reality, and if you can visualize it, visualization, which is a lot of people do, successful people do, then you can create that into a reality. And you see, the world is an illusion. What we're seeing around us, how do we know it's real? René Descartes, I think, therefore I am. It literally just means I know that I'm thinking, so therefore I must exist. But I can't for sure be sure that everything else exists. It could be a product of my imagination. Because our imaginations are hugely powerful things. We have this wonderful, beautiful imagination. We are capable of acting out possible scenarios in our minds and then choosing the one we feel best serves us, or is most successful, or is best for the situation. We have that ability, and I think that's fantastic. That's like creating multiverses within our heads. Bit like, you know, our minds are, it's the TARDIS. Our minds are a TARDIS. They're bigger on the inside. So I've got some phrases that I want to talk about with Tron, because Tron is this world within the world. So it's created, you can zap yourself into this world. So the universe is us. We are all connected, and Tron kind of hints at that. That's what I say anyway. That's what I say. Here's a quote from Tron. All that is visible must grow beyond itself and extend into the realm of the invisible. What does that mean? What does that even mean? I don't know. All that is visible must grow beyond itself. So anything that you can find, that you can touch, that is tangible, that is yours, that you have, that you can see, you have an idea on a piece of paper, you have a thing that you want to do, it can grow beyond itself. It must grow beyond itself. I suppose even in the sense that you have an idea, say you want to get to a certain point in your life, you want to achieve something, that thing, by simply announcing it out to the universe, you're creating a path which will get you to there, whether you like it or not. But obviously what we do, because we're so nice to each other and ourselves, is we self-sabotage, and then we prevent that from happening. We can do anyway. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just go with the flow. And it's about going with the flow. Because it's extending into the realm of the invisible. Because it's extending into a pathway that we can't see. We can't see the future. We don't know how it's going to pan out, how it's going to turn out, what's going to happen along the way. We just know that we want to go that way. And that's called purpose. And purpose gives us a huge thing to fight the monsters of depression. And there are many monsters of depression. I know I live with a lot of them. I can't say all of them because I don't know how many there are. But I live with a lot of them, and they all go, hey, you want to, hey, you want to, and I'm going, oh, hello, what's all this noise, man? What's all this noise? Purpose has sort of, my purpose by doing this, by talking about films and talking about mental health and raising awareness, that's become my purpose. And what it's done is I've got all those voices of disdain and regret and guilt and shame and all that sort of stuff, I've actually got them on my side, which is quite an extraordinary feat. Because years ago, I was really down at I was at the end, basically. And it's quite a struggle to get back. But here I am, in front of a microphone, talking to a video camera. The world is full of possibilities. On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy. Yes, it does. Flynn said that in the film Tron, because it does. Everything looks so easy because we're watching. It's the illusion. This is the illusion. The illusion at the moment is the trend on social media, isn't it? It's the videos and the photos that everyone is putting on there. And there's some wonderful people who are showing the two extremes. There was one I saw the other day of a young girl, and she was, I don't know how it came on my feed, but it did. I think it was on Facebook, and it's showing the reality against the posed sort of thing, and it's very interesting. We create our own reality because we are the illusion. I don't. This is my studio. It's actually my house, but you don't know where it is. It could be anywhere. It could be anything. I could be in a little corner, and there could be people all around there. I could have an audience. I could be talking to lots of people. I'm talking to you. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this either. So it's all, the illusion is the illusion. You create it. So if you can create this illusion in a small way on social media, then you can then change your world, your reality in a huge way. You have the power. We all have the power. Like the man says, there's no problems, only solutions. Now, of course, that's a bit sort of corporate-y, isn't it? I suppose. Now, I guess that was Dillinger, who is the big bad guy in Tron. And but you know what? There are solutions. Problems. We are responsible for our reaction to everything that we are faced with, everything that we do. We can't control what happens in this world. That's a I've got it written down here, Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find your strength. Does that not say something to you? I mean, it certainly does to me. I can't control anything that is going on outside of me here, outside of this shell that carries my consciousness, my subconscious and my mind and my TARDIS. I can't control anything that happens. I can't control if the video camera fails to record. I can't control if somebody walks into the room while I'm speaking to you. I can't control that a bird might fly into my window. All sorts of things. But I can control my reaction to it. And this is where I learnt through mindfulness and through meditations to start to come to terms with and live with the thoughts that went on in my mind of depression, the negative thoughts, the thoughts of self-harming, the thoughts of suicide. That's how I learnt to overcome, and subsequently I've got to a point where I live with all of that. Because I know I control my reactions. I can't control the thoughts that go on in my head, and that's the problem with a lot of things. I think that it's about trying to stop all this, but it's emotion, it's thoughts, and thoughts are thoughts. And by losing those thoughts, I also lost my good thoughts. I just became this sort of numb head, like the mummy in The Mummy. I just lost all of that. So I decided to take charge of that and get my life back and become whole again. Because, we're all a bit Darth Vader sometimes. We're all a bit Dillinger. We're all a bit Tron. We're all a bit Flynn. We're all a bit Luke Skywalker. We're all a bit stuff like that. We're all heroes. We're all villains. It's up to you which one you're going to be. And up to you how you react to the thoughts that happen, whether you want them or not. Isn't it lovely? Final quote of the here we are, Ed Dillinger. He's the evil man. The MC. He runs the MCP, which is the Master Control Program, and then in the video game inside the digital world, he's called Sark, and he's all red. I used to have a figure of him, actually. I don't have it anymore, action figure. Yes, he's got all red, and he's played by the same actor, obviously. And he's the sort of evil one who wants to dominate them. The MCP is the great big evil one. That's like the computer wanting to control human beings, I guess, in that sort of thing. But the MCP. This is where I'm going with this. Is I'm linking the MCP to. I'm linking it to my depression because I can't obviously speak for yours. But the MCP equals depression and wanting to dominate the space that I was in. And it took me quite a while to make myself more into Tron and make myself more into the sort of heroes, the hero of the whole piece, and get that confidence back and get that self-esteem going again and start to take control of my life. I did it by watching and learning and listening to everything. Wisdom, as the Stoics would say, is the pathway to happiness. And when I was going through the sort of the dark times before the Empire, then I started watching old films again, and one of them was Tron, and it started to speak to me in a different way, and that's why I have gone down this road of using films in order to open up and talk about emotional problems and mental health and to raise awareness. So let me say this to you. I have a course which is online at the moment, a course, 6 programs, it's got 6 films, and I talk about 6 films, no copyright issues, and I link them to certain emotions. By the time you finish the course, then you will have emotional balance. You will have a completely changed mindset, and you should be more confident about yourself and where you want to move on. And hopefully you will have found a purpose, because purpose gives us that confidence. You could get lost in bills and mortgages and jobs that you don't like and all that sort of thing. It's finding your purpose, and that can be anything as long as it makes you happy in here. So check out my online course. It's available. The link is in my bio. Subscribe to these videos as I continue to explore films / emotions. And my workshops and events expand on this idea, and we sort of have fun. We do all sorts of things in these events, so keep a lookout for those. They're live events. And finally, check out my podcast. It's called The Outsiders. It's available on all podcasting avenues, and the link is in my bio. That is it. I hope that I have explored Tron in a way that is Tron-like. Anyway, peace be with you. End of line.